So push-pull legs is a workout split which I did from the beginning, from the get-go when I was working out. And I found that I would make some gains from it, especially when I just started working out. However, as I started progressing with my fitness journey, I just found that doing push-pull legs, I started to really get stagnant and I wasn't actually gaining any more muscle from it. So it got to the point where I was constantly tired all the time and I just wouldn't actually be putting on any much more muscle. So in this video, I'm going to go over the exact workout split which I moved to, which has really helped me just put on so much more strength gains in a way quicker period of time. And my physique has started to look a lot better. My muscles have started to build, just come a lot quicker, my strength comes a lot easier, and my physique just looks quite a lot better than it was when I was on push-pull legs. So the problem with push-pull legs is that it's just way too much volume for natural bodybuilders. So training 5 to 6 days a week, because if you want to be hitting each muscle group 2 times a week to build on as much muscle as you can within a 7-day period. So if you're doing that, that means that you're going to be working out 6 days a week. So the problem with this is that this is just way too much stimulus on your nervous system. Your nervous system doesn't need continual stimulus and it's just going to get fried. And therefore your ability to recover and actually come back stronger and just consistently make strength gains and build muscle is going to be severely compromised. So you need to really understand that rest and recovery is one of the most productive things you can do in your fitness journey if you want to build on strength and build on muscle. So you really need to be taking rest days a lot more often than once per week, and you need to be making sure that the amount of resistance your body's under is in a sustainable level where you can come back and each time you're actually in the gym, you've actually fully recovered and you're a lot stronger than last time. So push-pull legs, also another issue is that you only really need 2 to 3 sets per muscle group when you're working out in the gym. Anything above this is kind of excessive. It's been studies showing that 2 sets per muscle group is gonna give you 90% of that overall total stimulus on each muscle group. So a lot of times in push-pull legs, because you're only training 3 muscles at a time, say if it was push for example, you'll be training your chest, shoulders and triceps. What happens is a lot of people do 6 or 7 or even 8 exercises on any given day when they're doing push, and what happens is they just start to break their body down even more for no real benefit, because once you've created that stimulus, there's not too much benefit in continually doing more reps or more sets on the same muscle group, and you're just going to wear your body down, and then the next time when you go into the gym, you're just going to be carrying over way too much fatigue. Your body's not going to be recovered fully, and it's going to mean that your next workouts is going to be so much less productive. So this is something which I've found is that when you're doing push-pull legs, just that overall amount of fatigue you're bringing over into each consecutive workout, you're going to be tired the whole time, and your ability to consistently make strength gains and just string together productive workout sessions is just going to be severely compromised. So the alternative to this, which is something which I've been implementing the last 2 months, and I've just found that when I switched to this workout, every single time I went to the gym, I was just making strength gains, which is something which was non-existent when I was doing push-pull legs. And this split is just simply a 3-day split where it's upper on Monday, lower on Wednesday, and then another upper session on Friday. So I found that this works so well because between each workout, you're getting at least 1 to 2 days rest period where your body can fully recover. It's got enough time to actually build muscle, to burn fat, and every time you come back, it just feels like I'm so much stronger that I can hit the PRs each and every time, and I have been doing that almost each and every time I've been hitting the gym. And I just found that my physique started to transform and look a lot better. So once you started going lower volume and increase the intensity, then I found that my muscles just look a lot fuller, just a lot harder, and just a lot more dense, and it just really created a much better look. So a lot of people struggle with this because they think that 3 days a week isn't enough volume. And actually, when you understand the concept that you only really need a few sets per muscle group to create that total stimulus, and training each muscle group 2 times a week is perfect, you don't need anything more than 4 to 5 exercises per workout and then 3 exercises per week. Anything more than this, you're really just creating far too much fatigue, you're going to be constantly tired, your mood's going to be a lot lower, And overall, your energy levels are just going to be sapped when you go into the gym, which is going to severely hinder and compromise your ability to just continually make strength gains, which is directly correlated with your ability to put on a lot more muscle. So I highly recommend switching to this workout and just trying it. And I think you'll notice that when you cut down to 3 days a week, your ability to just consistently hit PRs, consistently gain muscle and get stronger is going to be so much better because your body's had enough time to fully recover, and each time you're hitting the gym, you're just going to feel fantastic. So one final point to go over is just in terms of how much more enjoyable you're going to find working out if you cut back from 6 days a week to 3 days a week. If you think about so many people who do push-pull legs, a lot of them I've met just complain about it being constantly, they're always tired, they're always sore, and it's just because it's far too much volume and you don't have enough androgen receptors in your body to actually recover from this, and your nervous system is going to be constantly fried. So the whole time, you actually, throughout the whole week, you just feel a lot more tired, your cortisol is probably going to be a little bit higher, and your mood is going to be a little bit lower. So it's actually just a less enjoyable experience altogether, and also you're going to be making less strength gains as well. So if you compare this to just working out 3 days a week, if you're really into fitness, you're going to find that you really start to look forward to training. And this is really key, because it's that motivation and that enjoyment which you're going to bring into each workout session, which is going to lead to you hitting more PRs. Because naturally your intensity is going to go up, you want to make the most of each set and each rep, because you know you're only in the gym 3 days a week. And overall, this is going to lead to you just naturally pushing yourself a bit more, backed up with a lot more energy and motivation to go to the gym. And so therefore, because of this, it's going to be so much more enjoyable, and you're just going to consistently make strength gains. And increasing your strength is directly correlated with increasing your amount of muscle. This is something which a lot of people get wrong. They just count how many days a week they went to the gym. You shouldn't be counting this. You should just be counting, is your strength improving? Because if your strength is improving, the amount of mechanical tension your muscles are under will also improve, and you're gonna build muscle. So if you're currently doing push-pull legs and you're kind of stagnant and you feel like you're not building as much muscle as you should be, I highly recommend just cutting down to a 3-day split, doing upper, lower, and then upper again, and you'll find that your motivation will improve, your energy will improve, and the amount of muscle you put on will significantly increase as well.